need a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Andrew Smith Court here on the campus of Covenant Christian High School for the second round of the City Alliance tournament between the Crispus Attucks Tigers and the Covenant Christian Lady Warriors in the second round of the Girls City Alliance tournament. Attucks got here by beating Tech last night while Covenant had the first round bye. Let's go ahead, before we get deeper into that, thank our sponsors for this tournament game. Starting with Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374, representing the highly skilled, highly motivated workers in the field of construction metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission, for over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Piper Logistics, your trusted logistics partner since 1994. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else? Large selection of food made from scratch and fairly priced. Highway Safety Services Incorporated provided traffic control and pavement markings in Indiana for over the last 60 years. And finally, the Indiana Sports Page. Follow the sports page every day with update news from coast to coast. Log on at IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab. Here in the Indianapolis SRN studio, we have Chris Schumerth, and I'm Justin Griffiths as we get ready for today's ball game, again, between the Lady Warriors of Covenant Christian and the Lady Tigers of Crispus Attucks. Chris, always nice working with you.
Absolutely. It's good to be back.
And let's go ahead and talk about Attucks for a little bit. We have Banks, who's averaging 25.7 points per game and actually had over 60 points in one of her last games.
Yeah, I'm really interested to get some eyes on Camera Banks' game. I know she's a Power 5 type of recruit. She's going to score a lot of points. She shoots 44% from three. Her sister is going to have to help her a little bit. But it's kind of trio as their father is the head coach.
We'll talk more about that and Covenant Christian right after this. You're watching on IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian High School as we look at the Lady Tigers here. They got here through a first-round victory over Indianapolis Tech, and it was a very convincing win for the Lady Tigers, Chris.
Yeah, and their season has been kind of like that. They've got some blowouts of their own. They've played some tougher schools, some bigger schools, and so they've taken some lumps as well. And obviously this is a situation where a little bit bigger school playing a little bit smaller school. So really interested to see what this matchup looks like.
And that's what's really great about the City Alliance tournament is that you have a Crispus Attucks school who's 3A and flirts with the 4A line a little bit, while you have, at the same time, Covenant Christian. You also have Cathedral in here. And so you have a variety of classes all coming together for this in-season tournament, something that we really don't see a whole lot anymore in high school and college basketball is these in-season tournaments.
Yeah, and there are some other ways that these two teams are a little bit different. It looks like Attucks is kind of a freshman and sophomore-laden team, Banks being one of the exceptions, certainly an important exception. a lot of seniors on the Covenant Christian roster, and of course they've got a couple exceptions as well. And they'll run a pretty deep roster out onto the floor. Covenant Christian will.
And we talk about Camera Banks. You said that she had 25.7 points per game, and we mentioned earlier as well that she had over 60 points in one of those ball games. She's also leading the state in points per game. She's number 5 in the entire state in points per game. That is amazing.
Yeah, and there's more than one model of basketball that can work, and one of them is you just build around one absolute star, and clear that's what Attucks is going to try to do. In order for that to succeed against a deep team like Covenant Christian that's won a lot of ball games, they're going to have to get some contributions from some other places.
And we talked about it. She has a sister who's averaging 7.3 points per game, 2 assists per game, and 3.3 steals per game. So the sisters really work well in tandem. And then you have Seven Walls here who's averaging 4.7 points per game. So you really see the drop-off between Camera Banks and Seven Walls.
I'm interested to see as well the freshman Nola Moore, one of their leading rebounders. And sometimes that contribution is something more like rebounding, is screening, is playing defense. It's not always scoring.
And we'll go ahead and talk about the host school, Covenant Christian, right after these words from our sponsors.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software. We're here to helping you procure the licensing, manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization. We definitely work as a team to deliver solutions for our customers.
We're here to build relationships with customers, which is unique.
Hi, I'm Grayson, and our parents work in road construction. Every day they head out to make our roads safer and better for you. But did you know work zone deaths have increased 63% since 2010?
Wow, that's a lot. Please slow down and pay attention when you see all those orange signs. When you do, you're helping to keep our parents and everyone who works on the roads safe. Thanks for looking out for us.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Highway Safety Services. Stay safe, stay alert.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian High School, where we see the Lady Warriors getting their final tosses up before the start of this game. And we look at Attucks, they're led by one player. Covenant, on the other hand, they got a group of 3 that really lead the way, starting with Armstrong, who's averaging 11.3 points per game, and then you have Vivian Hafner, who has 10.8 points per game.
Yeah, and really impressed with the improvement from last year to this year. This Covenant Christian lost a lot of games last year. They appear to have learned from that and really grown and matured. There's a reason they got the first round bye. And there are a lot of players on this roster that are contributing something statistically. There are a few players that, kind of jump off the board in terms of their assists, others with rebounds. The players that I expect to be scoring a lot of the points are Vivian Hafner and Maria Armstrong, both coming in at about 11 points a game.
Hafner, we mentioned that Banks for Attucks is top 5 in the state in points per game. Well, Hafner is top 10 in 3 points made in the state of Indiana. When it comes to that stat, she has 49 made 3-pointers. So top 10 in the state and 3-pointers is amazing as well.
Yeah, and she's shooting it at almost 40%, so it's not like she's just shooting more than everyone else. She's shooting it very accurately.
So as we get ready to talk more about Covenant Christian, what's the biggest thing that you see that they have to do besides stopping Camera Banks?
Well, you took away the obvious one. I think it's probably the kind of situation where you go in and you expect Banks to get hers, whether that's 20, 25 points or whatever. You just can't you can't let her beat you, and in order to do that, you're going to need help from a bunch of different places, especially defensively. Offensively, you do the thing that you normally do, which is spread the ball around and get scoring from some different places. But defensively, you've got to have 5 players working together not just one player shutting her down.
And for Attucks, what do you see for them that they got to do to win their second game in 2 days and head towards Indianapolis Cathedral in the semifinals?
This might sound a little bit counterintuitive, but I think they need this game to be low scoring. And I say that because while Banks has certainly had games where she's put up a ton of points, I think Covenant Christian is too good for that to be one of those sorts of nights where she's going to score 40 plus. So, if she puts up, let's say she has a really good game, she puts up close to 30, I think they want this game in the 40s probably.
All right, we'll step aside one more time before tip-off, and we'll get our final thoughts after this break.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience. We've got incredible specials, great service. Everything that we do here is made from scratch. We hand-cut all our steaks in-house. Bring your family. Come have some great food.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
We talk about the City Alliance tournament between the Crispus Attucks Tigers and the Covenant Christian Warriors. Covenant actually leads this series 4-1, with the last game being last year, and Covenant was able to win that one by 20-plus points. We talked about it before, after we went to break, Chris, and that was that Covenant is having a fantastic season at 13-4.
Yeah, and again, a lot of times that's the product of several years of work. It takes a while to build a program.
Coach Neese came in the 2020-2021 season and was 10-13 in his opening year, then 5-17, 7-16, and then last year 8-17. But always in the City Alliance tournament, they do relatively well getting to Cathedral, and the road for them again starts here against Crispus Attucks Tigers.
Yeah, and again, a lot of times you're like, well, what, they just had better talent that season? Maybe. But again, what you don't see is the work that gets put in the summer. What you don't see is the work that gets put in at the middle school level, even the elementary school level. It takes a while to build a program.
And these girls have definitely bought into what Coach Neese is saying. For Crispus Attucks, you mentioned they've played a lot of 4A schools. So it's going to be interesting to see if that helps them here. It hasn't in previous tournaments, but it's a brand new season with new coaching staffs for Crispus Attucks Tigers, and it's going to be an interesting one as we get ready for the national anthem. We'll step aside, and then we'll have the PA announcer with the starting lineups after that.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as
Once again, we are getting ready for the second round of the City Alliance tournament. Now let's go ahead and kick it down to our PA announcer with the starters for Attucks. So there you have it between the Attucks Tigers and Covenant Christian Lady Warriors. The Tigers are in black with green and yellow yellow piping around the numbers. Covenant Christian in their home whites, dark green numerals piped in black. And Chris, this should be a very interesting game. John Harrell has this as a 2-point game.
Oh, wow.
And the opening tip is won by Crispus Attucks as they get ready to start this contest. Down low, kick out for 3. Got it.
That's great ball movement. Whipping it around the outside.
3-point shot on the other way, no good, and rebounded by Crispus Attucks. Attucks already up by 3 and moving the ball well.
Almost turned it over there.
Gets it over to Banks. Banks has it back. And traveling against Walls for the first turnover of this game. And here comes the Reinhardt, Abby Reinhardt. Three ball on the way again. Got it this time as Vivian Hafner missed the first one, and we're tied up at 3 a minute into this ball game.
You mentioned it before the game that she shoots a lot of them, and she is very accurate. And we see first 2 trips up the court, she's got 2 attempts and 1 make. And if you're Attucks, I assume they have a pretty good idea that she's going to be a focal point offensively, and they've got to do a little bit better of making sure she doesn't get those kind of looks.
Moses has it now, top of the key, kicks it outside and down low, and we get our first foul of the ball game against Covenant Christian.
I believe that was LaDawson. That's what I saw anyway. The ref may have seen something different.
It is against Lloyd Dawson, yeah. Her first, team's first. And Camera Banks will get to the line, shooting 2.
Get our first look at her shooting stroke, and it's true.
So makes the first, puts Attucks back ahead by 1. And the second one hits off the top of the scoreboard, or the backboard there on the extension arm, and that is out of play. So Banks goes 1 from 2 at the line, and the lead for Attucks is only 1.
One of the things I noticed statistically, which you don't always see, is this Reichert, who throws up a fadeaway there. She averages 4 assists a game. You can tell out the gate that she's kind of a true point guard type.
Yeah, I said it was Abby before. It's Avery, excuse me. And we get a turnover quickly by Crispus Attucks. And Avery launches it cross court. Layup, no. Rebound by Moses, no. And here come the Tigers.
It's exactly the kind of pass I was talking about from Reichert.
Shot is no good. Rebound is no. Third attempt, no. Fourth attempt, yes. And the Tigers extend their lead as Hafner misses the 2-point jump shot there.
She felt like she was fouled.
3 on the other end is good by Banks.
Canady, that's the sister. She's a sophomore. Yeah, we're gonna see some movement in this game, that's for sure.
And we get our first jump ball. Attucks leads this by 6. And we already get our first substitution for Covenant. Julia Hoffman checks in for the Lady Warriors.
Another senior, we'll see a lot of them.
Hoffman to 3 ball is no good by Hafner. And on the other way, no. Rebound by one of the smallest people on the court.
Oh.
And great lead and in by Moses.
I already like this Reichert.
Or that was Lloyd Dawson, but yes. Cross court to Camera Banks. Shot is no good.
It's Reichert with the rebound.
Again, Reichert doing it all early. Lily Armstrong's shot is up and no good. She had the open lane and took a 15-footer instead.
Yeah, that's the shot the analytics people don't like either. It's the 18-footer, you know. Take a step back or drive.
As we're going to get another foul, and Camera Banks will go back to the line.
You did see athletically, she drove right by Reichert there. I suspect that no one on this floor is going to be as athletic as Camera Banks tonight, and so that's what the team approach from Covenant Christian is going to have to try to make up for somehow.
Lloyd Dawson picked up her second foul, so she'll sit as Attucks has doubled up Covenant here early on. And the second one spins out and out of bounds. That could have been really bad for Covenant Christian if the ball would have stayed in play, as they got beat on the box out. Once again, Covenant pushing the tempo, and that is Jenna Rademacher with the easy 2. And we get an NBA type 3. No. Rebound.
Who else? Reichert.
She's been all over the place. And we have a floater. No good. And it's going to be out of bounds and staying with Covenant Christian.
That was a nifty play to keep that ball alive, although.
Oh, no. They reversed it and said it's going to go to Attucks. So Crispus Attucks looking to extend this lead.
Covenant Christian stepping into a 1-3-1 here, try to disrupt some of the rhythm that we're seeing from Attucks out the gate.
And we do get that disruption and a turnover. Both teams playing fast and loose with the ball early on. And it's still only a 3-point ball game in favor of Crispus Attucks as Reinhardt comes in. Now Armstrong, cross-court pass, ill-advised, stolen away. And instead we get great ball movement from Attucks. Drives down low, lays it up and in. And now we have Julia Hoffman up top to reset the offense for Covenant. Over to Vivia Hafner. Hafner thought Hoffman was going to keep running, and she didn't, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, I thought she was going to slip the screen there, but even if she did, I'm not sure that would have been a great pass. I think she had her overshot from the jump there.
And here we go again. Crispus Attucks up by 5.
Now they're in less of a 1-3-1, more of a 2-3 here. So that might be one of the approaches from Covenant Christian is to just change the defense up a good bit so that they're not quite sure what's coming.
We're going to get another foul. This one's going to be on Hoffman. Her first, team's third. And the trigger inbounds to Banks. And Banks is going to get fouled by Hoffman again. That's her second in 10 seconds or less. So 4 fouls now for Covenant. Attucks will be shooting on the next foul for the next 2:55.
There's just no one on this roster who can match up athletically with Banks.
And you see again, Banks here drives, shot is up and off the glass for
in
2.
Traffic.
That is something else. And stolen away again by Crispus Attucks. And laid it up, no good. Rebound by Covenant's Janwowski. Reinhardt drives.
Nice crossover, nice block.
Blocked by Moses and then picked back up. Up and in is Armstrong for 2. And here we go again, down low, no good. Rebound for Covenant was Rademacher. Kicks it out for 3, short, no good. And quick shot selection there by Covenant Christian. As we get the other Moore sister.
And you see that she's got some athleticism too. That's a nice little move off the dribble, pull up off the backboard. That was a really smooth play. And we see it at the other end as well.
Yeah, that was Mariah Armstrong splitting the defense and laying it up and in. So Attucks, Banks, drives, fouled, and we'll shoot 2 more.
It's going to be a tough defensive night for Covenant if she's going to get that call. I do think she got her with the arms and the body a little bit.
Maddie Howard picks up her first, team's 5th. Banks makes the first free throw. Referees getting confirmation. And misses the second one. She's done that each of the 3 times she's been on the line. And this one's going to stay with Crispus Attucks.
A little bit surprised that she's struggling early on from the free throw line. She does shoot it 76% on the season, so it's not like it's been a big problem all year long.
Stolen away by Howard, and here comes Covenant Christian. Kick out to Armstrong. Armstrong drives the lane, lays it up, rolls out, rebound by the Armstrong sister, and we get a foul call.
This Covenant team, almost to the player, is capable of penetration, of putting the ball on the floor and getting to the basket.
Jones was called for her first foul, first team foul here, as Covenant struggling to get it back in bounds. Lily Armstrong kicks it out to her sister, who will lay it up and in this time. Mariah Armstrong with 6 points.
And that was right by Banks there. Again, you know, given her caliber of player, they need a little bit more from her defensively there.
Attucks drives and stolen away by Reinhardt, who will toss it off to Abby Jankowski, and she gets fouled.
Looks like it might have been on the shot, but I think they called it on the floor.
Yeah, they'll get it on Walls, hers first. And we'll have substitutions.
Reichert's going to take a little break, so we'll see who else can handle the ball for Covenant.
Gets the ball inbounds. And we get traveling. Right in front of the referee was Jankowski, and we get another turnover by Covenant.
That's the old step, 2 steps backwards to get behind the three-point line.
Banks has it, shoots another 3 at the horn, no good, but Attucks leads by 4 after 1 in this city tournament.
Big play here for Mount Vernon. Ertl looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw.
Boy, what a stick, huh?
Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board.
Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors throughout Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give us a call today at 317-849-0810. The Morales Group, we're building business to create a better future for you, for your family, and for the community we share. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Give us a call today at 317-472-7600. And again, Crispus Attucks leads by 4, and it didn't look that way early on as they doubled up Covenant Christian a couple times, Chris.
Yeah, and here Covenant comes again. They've had 3 or 4 really good defensive trips in a row. They seem to have figured something out. and that defense is leading to offense for Covenant.
Easy lay in there for Armstrong, and we get another foul on Covenant.
I want to see it again, but it almost looked like Covenant had a little box and one drawn up on that previous possession. Might just have been the way that they were lined up on the floor.
Reinhardt picked up her first, and that shot's no good. Rebounded by Covenant Christian, and they can tie the game or take the lead. Chris gets it down low, lays it up, and it's tied.
And you can see why Reichert leads the team in assists. She just makes the right pass. And she sees the floor.
Attucks looking to respond. They've had the lead the entire game.
It's several possessions in a row where suddenly they're struggling to score.
Banks kicks it out. 3-ball. Got it. Huge three for Crispus Attucks. On the other note, Covenant for three. Rolls out, no. And it's going to go out of bounds, staying with the Warriors. Vivian Hafner missed a three, but the rebound went off of an Attucks player.
And if you're Covenant on that previous possession, I mean, that's the one player you got to find. She's going to get her shots up in this game, but they need to be in traffic. They need to be over people.
Mariah Armstrong just beat Camera Banks to her spot, able to turn and get two. And we get traveling on the other end for Crispus Attucks, and that was huge because the other Banks sister just hit another three. So wipe that off the board, and Covenant can take the lead here.
So far, Sadgerin is right on the money.
And another turnover, this time by Covenant's Lily Armstrong.
With his 2-point prediction of this game.
Yeah, John Harrell, had this at 51-49 Covenant on his website. Banks drives. Cross-court pass to our sister. She'll drive and get traveling. Looked like she made a nice move, but it's a turnover for the Tigers.
Mind seeing that one again. I didn't see a travel, but I might be the one that's wrong. And here we see Attucks changing their defense up a little bit half-court trap there.
Kicks it outside, 3-ball by Vivian, no good. Rebound by Attucks, and here they go, looking to extend the lead. Banks for three, no, rebound. And now, once again, Covenant can take the lead here.
So what they're running looks like is a very extended 2-3 all the way out to half court.
Great ball movement by Covenant Christian here.
Without anyone in the middle, Riker just backs her down.
And
open look.
Lily Armstrong with the three. And for the first time, Covenant has a lead.
Assist Riker.
Again, she's had like 5 or 6 of those, Chris.
Yeah, she is a very fundamental player.
Banks is just getting frustrated and is able to draw the foul on Covenant.
It's refreshing to know that traditional point guards still exist.
That's going to go against Maddie Howard as well, so that's her second. Boilermakers Local 374 represents a highly skilled, highly motivated workers in the field of construction, metal fabrication, throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on local Boilermaker Union Local 374 to do the job right the first time, as we get a
moving screen.
Offensive foul against Banks.
So I saw it, and I agree that she was moving. There wasn't a ton of contact, but she was definitely moving.
Free ball on the way, no. But nobody gets Lloyd Dawson on the box out, and this extends the Covenant possession. But stolen away. Again, Banks playing aggressively and is rewarded with the steal. Drives and draws the foul again.
Hafner's had a little bit of a tough shooting start to this game for Covenant, and that's maybe keeping the score close.
Oh, they're going to say it was in the act of shooting as Mariah Armstrong picked up the foul, and we'll get 2 more free throws by Banks. As we're talking about Passion Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience as a prestige healthcare company, Passion Care is driven by decades of experience and drive to go above and beyond. Call us today at 317-537-1811. Missed the first one and made the second. She has a history of doing that in this game, and we'll get substitutions for the Tigers. Again, Covenant holding on by the thinnest of margins about halfway into the first half. Lloyd Dawson.
A little UCLA cut action here from Covenant Christian.
Yeah, and they move the ball so well at times, and Lloyd Dawson almost turns the ball over. As I said, they handle the ball well, but oh my goodness.
So crafty.
Reinhardt with the easy deuce, and it's back to the 3-point ball game. Banks kicks it outside. Driving. And back to the top of the screen for Rogers. She drives, lays it up and in. That was Moses with the 2. Covenant Christian.
Ooh, she can launch.
Reinhardt, 3 ball, no good. Rebound, Crispus Attucks has the numbers and pulls back out and will reset the offense. And here we go. Attucks. Nice ball movement from them as well. They're really working on screens and switching as Banks forced to start her dribble by the defensive Covenant Christian. As Banks drives, and we get a travel before the foul, and it's another Attucks turnover.
That was a gift.
Speaking of gifts, looking to elevate your brand, choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, and promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years, Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Give us a call today at 317-328-2555. Long 3 by no good. Gets her own rebound. Shot is no good. Rebound on the other end, and it's going to go out of bounds to Attucks.
Hafner continues to struggle from 3, but also right inside 3. Not the first time she shot from 17, 18 feet.
Stolen away by Covenant.
It's Reichert, of course.
And Reichert is doing everything she can to put Covenant back at Cathedral for the semifinals. And we get traveling before the tie up, and it's going to.
Reichert didn't like that one.
No, she did not. And we're going to get a timeout on the court. Full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching City Alliance Tournament here on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt.
Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for your inventory management, as they overruled the call during the break in its Covenant's ball. The shot is up and no good, and Attucks has the rebound. Banks drives. Shot is up and good. How'd she get that, Chris?
Threw it up with the left hand over her shoulder off the wrong foot, and it goes right in.
And Attucks reclaims the lead, and a foul. For more than 2 decades, seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehouse fulfillment, and transportation needs. We stand as your competitive logistics partner. Ride with us and call us today at 317-396-1023. Last minute of the first half. Attucks leads by 1. Driving, layup, no, but a foul. Reichert will go to the line to potentially give Covenant the lead going into the break.
Nice job shielding using her body to shield the ball. Probably initiated a little bit of that contact, which is what the defender was protesting, but very crafty play.
First foul shot hits every part of the rim and falls. And finally, let's go ahead and thank the Highway Safety Services, as that one's knocked off. No good. We're tied at 25, the last minute of this game in the first half. Banks has it now. In between the legs. Free throw line, kicks it back out. Now going to reverse and reset the offense, and we get a foul on Rademacher. Services, you know. Services, you do what you do. We'll keep you safe doing it. Contact us today at 765-446-1502. See if Banks and the Tigers can take the lead going into the break. Shot is up. Top of the key. Oh, part of the rim and falls short.
Tough.
Covenant, last shot before the half. Drives, lays it up, and in!
Best player of the first half right there. She steals it.
Reichert with the 2, with the steal. And Covenant leads by 2 after the first half. Chris, this has been a very exciting game, as we thought it was going to be, as Covenant leads 27-25 here.
Yeah, we'll see who can make the adjustments at halftime. I think we're going to see a lot more competitiveness in the second half.
Yeah, again, the winner of this game goes to Cathedral High School for the semifinals and finals of the City Alliance tournament. Covenant Christian has been there the last couple of years. Attucks looking to go back, and we'll have more after the halftime break. You're watching this all on IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Brian Crispus joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year. IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. You know, donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities. For sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You can drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner, come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
That's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For IndianaSRN, this is Keith Myers.
Well, John Harrell had this at 51-49 in favor of Covenant Christian, and right now it's 27-25 at the break. And again, Chris Schumerth, I'm Justin Griffiths here tonight. Again, this has been a fantastic game. A lot of ebbs and flows, especially when we're talking about Crispus Attucks here, Chris.
This was not the first half that I expected. Maybe John Harrell is a lot smarter than I am. But I thought the best player of the first half was Avery Reichert for Covenant Christian. And I thought Camera Banks was pretty well neutralized by Covenant Christian. And yet, Crispus Attucks is only down 2. They're right there. They've been more balanced than I expected them to be, so maybe I didn't give Banks' supporting cast enough credit. And Reichert hasn't gotten as much support as I expected. So kind of opposite of the way that I expected the first half to go, but that's the great thing about basketball. Here we have the end of the first half. Nice little drive, little pump fake, and lay in for Reichert. She then steals the out-of-bounds pass.
Yeah, again, it looked like the big thing for Attucks is they've allowed Reichert and any other Covenant Christian player to really drive on the lane. Rather, like I said, it's Reichert or Mariah Armstrong. They're able to drive the lane and get the easy 2 when needed. And really, Vivian Hafner, who, like we said going into this game, was number 8 in three-pointers made, has only made 1 this game.
And she shot a bunch, so it wasn't like she didn't shoot any.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is so she's having an off night. Banks on the other side, who's averaging 25.7, is having probably half that here, and it's already a 2-point ball game with the 2 stars not performing up to what we thought, at least what was going to be. But again, great hats off to the coaching staffs, because each of them probably knew what that will have to do to win. And we'll talk more about it after this break. We're watching high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian High School once again here. Second round quarterfinals of the City Alliance tournament. The winner here goes to Cathedral to play in the semifinal matchup. And Chris, once again, we talked about how well these two teams are. What is your key for each team going forward?
Well, part of me wonders for Attucks how Reichert would respond to some kind of run and jump, double teaming kind of action, because she just is dictating the game right now. So you got to do something to get her out of her rhythm. For Covenant Christian, my key is keep doing what you're doing, because I think right now they're in good shape if they start knocking a few more shots down.
The winner of this game will take on the winner of Game 8, which is Cecina and Chittard. That's being played right now at Chittard High School. So, once again, in that game will be played on Cathedral as the evening portion on January 16th. Then the two semifinals will meet January 17th for the championship game. The Girls City Alliance tournament is always held at Cathedral for the final 2 rounds, while the boys' final 2 rounds are held at Indianapolis Tech. And that is coming up next week, so be prepared for that type of fun, because the boys tournament is always wild like the girls is here.
I've been to a few boys city tournament games at Tech. One adjustment you see right out the gate is Camera Banks is going to guard Reichert, and guess what? Reichert went right at her and scored.
Banks to the top of the key. And again, Attucks is swinging it and able to move the ball as Banks lays it up, and no good rebound for Covenant Christian. Here comes Reichert. Gets the screen. Layup no good. Rebound is good by Lloyd Dawson, and she has her 4th point of the game.
Reichert does not average a lot of points, but she is scoring in this game.
I was going to say she was one of the ones that we didn't really talk about too much as we focused on Armstrong and Hafner for the most part as we get our first foul of the second half. And that's going to be on Julia Hoffman. So she did not play much due to foul trouble, and she picks up her 3rd relatively quickly here. So Banks drives, kicks it out to her sister.
Oh.
That one's rejected by Reichert.
Is there anything else she's going to do in this game? and by the way, what could easily be missed there is she played help defense. Here it is, yeah. So before the block, she came up and played help defense, stopped Banks. Banks got rid of the ball, and then she goes out and blocks the shot.
Here's Banks now, top of the key, directing her offense. She moves, gets down low, lays it up. No. Rebound by Covenant. Here they come. Running the floor and still pushing tempo, but resetting the offense.
You can tell Reichert's playing really confidently. She's calling for the ball.
Stolen away by from Howard, and Banks drives and will get 2 free throws here on the foul call.
I like the call there. Maddie Howard is pretty deep there. I'm not sure that she was actually set either, and kind of clips the hip of Banks, who will go to the free throw line.
Again, Banks hasn't been shooting great at the foul line either. Misses her first free throw.
She's getting there, and if you're Attucks, you want her getting there. You want her being aggressive on offense. You want her taking shots.
Splits the pair again. So Reichert. And we get a jump ball situation, and the possession arrow is going to go to Attucks, so chalk that up as a turnover on Covenant.
That was a crafty defensive play.
Huge play by Attucks this late in the game. You kind of feel the momentum all on Covenant's side, and you get a big turnover like that. Can you capitalize, though? No, you cannot. You turn it right back over. And that was on Maddie Howard first forcing the turnover. Doing a great job not picking up her 4th foul.
I didn't love all the travel calls in the first half, but I thought that was a good one. That was an obvious one.
Reichert gets doubled at the mid-court line. Kicks it out for 3 in the corner. No good. Rebound by Lloyd Dawson. And Reichert puts it back up. No. Rebound by Attucks. And here comes Banks. Shot is up, short. Gets her own rebound shot. No. And rebound. Jump ball. And possession arrow is going to go to Covenant. But we got to hope, as the injured Warrior is slow to get up, that she's all right. Because I think that was Reichert.
No, I don't think it was, actually.
And she goes back down, so we'll get stoppage of play as each team goes to the sidelines. And we'll take a break with them. You're watching this on IndianaSRN.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs.
All right, the injured player subbed out, and turnover, layup by Banks is good. That's another turnover by Covenant. And Attucks' pressure is starting to get to the Lady Warriors.
Well, and I think, first of all, I think you were correct that it was Riker who got hurt, but you also see pretty quickly her importance for this team is you take her out of the game, and first 2 trips you get turnovers.
And the last bucket was by Kennedy Banks. So, again, Attucks staying in it. Right when Covenant had some momentum, baseball pass, gets it to half court, and then almost stolen away. It's going to stay with the Warriors.
And credit Coach Banks, too, to sense the opportunity. He knows that Covenant's best ball player isn't on the floor, so what's he do? He goes to the press and pretty quickly gets results.
Lloyd Dawson lays it up and in. Boy, that couple different times, Chris, we've seen that ball touch every bit of the rim before deciding its fate.
Well, it was a great cut, and it was a great pass.
Kennedy Banks shot is up and good. So Covenant able to handle the pressure this time. Gets it down to Lloyd Dawson again. Shot is too strong. Gets her own rebound. Shot is up. No, but a foul. So she'll go to the line shooting 2.
Finally found a little bit of ball handling there from Covenant Christian, beating the press and then finding Lloyd Dawson for a layup. It didn't go in, but it's still a great possession.
Foul was on Scott, her first, and Lloyd Dawson will shoot 2 at the foul line. And misses the first.
Interesting choice not to have any rebounding in there.
Yeah, Covenant's conceding the miss, as it does there. So 0 for 2 for Lloyd Dawson. And here comes Attucks. Banks, top of the key. Kicks it out to Walls. Walls drives. Layup, no. Rebound, Covenant. And now getting past half court. Getting fouled on the drive was Hafner.
Crane seems to be the second most comfortable handling the ball so far for Covenant Christian. We'll see if that trend continues.
That foul on Walls, her second. No Attucks players in foul trouble as that 3 is long. It's everything rattles around and drops for Jankowski.
That's a tough shot. She's going to her left. She catches. She squares her body. Really nicely done there.
And I'm sorry, that was Vivian Hafner, not Jankowski, for the 3. So she gets her second one.
And with Reichert out of the game, that's a great timing for her to find some life with that outside shooting. That's a good look there.
Yeah, Crane. Hafner back to Crane. She'll drive.
Crane is only a sophomore.
Armstrong on the low post, lays it up, and one! Mariah Armstrong and one, and Covenant leads by 8.
Shows a little emotion there. I liked it.
Foul is on Moore, her first, team's third.
I was looking, last time it was Lloyd Dawson that they conceded the rebound, and Lloyd Dawson's free throw percentage isn't very high, so that's not their thinking here. They must just be a little bit worried about Attucks' ability to get the ball up quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say Attucks can run the floor, and everybody was confused on that and one opportunity as nobody moved for the first couple of seconds, Chris. Offensive foul on Banks.
It's the right call, I think.
Yeah, and we want to thank the officials, Officially Human. Our mission is to restore respect to the game officials and recognize them as the authorities on the field and court. You do your part to participate in good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials like these, we can't play. And again, these officials have done a great job in this game, particularly. And a quick turnover there by Crane.
You could see she was a little uncomfortable. Just a rushed play. She doesn't need to do that. She wasn't that. I mean, she was getting some pressure, but it's not like she was going to turn it over. She wasn't at the risk of a 10-second violation. Just a situation of being out there handling the ball when she's probably not usually handling the ball.
Kennedy Moore for 3. Got it. And Attucks calls a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching this on IndianaSRN.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Go ahead and thank IndianaSRN Sports Page, wall-to-wall sports news every day, high school, college, pro. We have it all. Check it out at IndianaSRN.org and click on the Sports Page tab. Stay informed with the IndianaSRN Sports Page. And again, Covenant Christian able to take a 6-point lead here. They led by 2 at the break. Almost got a 5-second call. And Crane dribbles it up court. And again, best player on Covenant, not out there at the moment. And they're able to continue to weather this storm. Crane on the wing, gets it down low to Armstrong, lays it up and in.
Great pass. And again, you've got a team here that's experienced, and they have some depth for them to be able to maintain this lead where it is without the player that was, really making things work in the first half has been almost as impressive as Reichert's effort.
This is going to go on Mariah Armstrong, her second. And the first free throw is no good by Banks. Kennedy Banks. Second foul shot is no good. And the rebound does go to Attucks, however. And they'll reset.
A little confusion there for a moment about what Covenant was doing defensively, but they seem to have figured it out.
3 in the corner is good by Banks. And almost a 10-second call. 3 on the other end. Good! Vivian Hafner.
There was a shot in this game that Covenant needed to go down. That was it.
Banks will take it again. Misses it wide. Rebound by Covenant. Crane dribbles it up the floor. Gets it off to Armstrong, and Armstrong's fouled by Banks.
She's hurt.
And now she's down. So let's go ahead and take a break with them. Or no, we'll stay here as she was able to get up relatively quickly. But that's the 15th foul on Crispus Attucks. So Mariah Armstrong will shoot 2. As that foul was, like I said, on Banks, her second. That's
very interesting situation here. The ball gets given to the free throw shooter, and then we get a whistle. We got some commotion on the floor.
Oh, it's because they had to stop play for Armstrong that she can't be the shooter. So Coach Neitz has an interesting decision, or does it go to Coach Banks on who shoots the free throws?
So I believe it'd just be the substitute.
Okay. And that substitute is Lily Armstrong. And she makes the first.
So was she bleeding? Is that what happened?
I think so. I think it was because they had to stop play. If it's anything like football, if you have to stop play, you have to be subbed out.
But the stoppage was natural. There was a dead ball because it was a foul. But yeah, you might be right. Maybe that, I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there.
I'm not too.
It didn't look like there was a cleanup effort happening.
Yeah.
You know,
and maybe there was blood.
If there was blood.
Stolen away by by Crane. And 3 ball by Jankowski.
Heck of a time for some of the three-point shooters for Covenant Christian to wake up during this stretch and actually extend the lead.
And we get an offensive foul on Banks. That's her third.
I actually think that's a pretty easy call, even though she doesn't like it. You never like it when you get called for an offensive foul. But she extended the elbow there.
Yeah. The chicken wing, the elbow is going to get you every single time. And Emma Crane has it now for Covenant. Kicks it outside. And Jankowski, we get a foul away from the shot.
I dare say that Covenant might have found their point guard for next season during this little stretch.
So 7 Walls picks up her third. Now, I said it at the beginning of the quarter that Attucks didn't have any players in foul trouble. Camera, Banks, and 7 Walls each have 3. As we get the first foul shot is no good by Rademacher.
It's getting lost in this, but this has been a really impressive defensive third quarter for Covenant. Anything that Attucks gets is, from the outside. They're not getting good looks.
Rademacher makes 1 of 2. Last shot here for Attucks if they hold. I think you have to at this point. You're taking on water, and you got to get something going right. More. Banks down low,
nice
lays
pass.
It up, and in.
Great pass.
And
Actually,
that's
there were
what
2
they
good
need.
passes there.
That's what they needed to end the quarter, and Attucks trails by 11 after 3. You're watching this on IndianaSRN.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Well, it's going to be an interesting last 8 minutes here at Covenant Christian High School as the Warriors lead by 11. Winner of this game, again, heads to Cathedral to take on either Cecina or Chittard. Let's go ahead and also say that Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Give them a call today for coverage tomorrow, 317-894-7000. Chris Schumerth, I'm Justin Griffiths alongside here all night long, and the possession arrow is going to go to Covenant for the opening possession of this fourth quarter, Chris. And if you're Attucks' Coach Banks, what do you say to his girls?
Well, you got to get out on three-point shooters because that was what hurt them in the third quarter without Reichert on the floor.
Jankowski gets another strong two-pointer.
This offensive execution without their point guard on the floor has been really impressive by Covenant.
And Jankowski forces the turnover off of the deflection off of Banks.
One of the things that I'm noticing about Crane is she does much prefer going right. So another thing I would be saying if I were Attucks coach is let's see what she looks like when we force her to go left.
Crane throws it away.
Expecting a back cut there. Didn't happen.
Moses, cross-court pass, and we'll get it back, and then walks with it.
And I like this. So Crane was not leaving Banks defensively there, even when the ball was on the opposite side of the court. And, you know, that's exactly what I'd be doing. We're not going to get beat in this fourth quarter by Banks.
Kennedy Banks in the face of Emma Crane as Crane gets past the 10-second line. And now Rademacher has it. And scoots it around. 3-ball, long rebound. No good. That was probably ill-advised by Jankowski.
But ill-advised in a way that you can get away with when you're up 13.
That one was a nice, easy lay-in for Attucks. And then almost stolen away.
That was one of those ones where the refs kind of looked at each other and one of them made a decision. Sometimes referees, they'll have like a little signal that everyone won't see in those kinds of situations. Basically, the little signal is a guess.
And we get traveling violation. Little inside baseball there, isn't that, Chris? Like, what do you have? I don't know. Drive outside, and Banks. Kick out three, short, rebound on the floor, And we're going to get a tie-up. Possession arrow favors Attucks. But they're down by 11, Chris. They need to get some offense going. They don't need to hurry up and get a 3 necessarily, but they need to get a good possession here.
I believe that was Griffin from Attucks. Really liked that hustle play. Forced a turnover there.
Banks kicks it up cross court. And stolen away by Jankowski, and then she's fouled. And that's 4 on, well, let's just wait. Yep, that's on Banks, her 4th. Had to wait for the official word, but I did think that was on Banks.
It's a tough ask for a player to go 5.5 minutes without a foul, but you're kind of in a situation, it's your best player, you're down double digits. Yeah, it's a situation where you ask her to be your best player. Stay on the floor, be disciplined, don't foul. Maybe we're not going to put you on someone offensively that's going to be driving all the time.
So Hafner has the turnover, fouls Banks, who has an N1 opportunity, and misses the free throw, but her sister gets the rebound. Shot is up, no good. Rebound, down low, no, still. Attucks still has it, and we get another foul.
Thought that was initially a really nice defensive job by Maria Armstrong to affect the shots but not foul. Now, obviously, we ended up getting a foul.
Yeah, 7 Walls is shooting 2, and she had about 3 offensive rebounds. And for Coach Banks, I know that you have a lot of things, turnovers and whatnot, but one of the things that has to be on your Monday morning quarterbacking is the missed point or the points left at the foul line.
Yes, absolutely. They've lost easily. They're down by 8. They've certainly missed 8 free throws in this game. Can't expect to make them all, but you certainly want to be making well over 50% of your free throws.
Jankowski lost the ball, but it's going to stay with Covenant as they got lucky. And now Rademacher will check back in for the Warriors. So Reichert, who went to the locker room, is back on the bench. Good to see. Moore, shot is short, gets her own rebound, shot is back up. No, rebound by Moore, or by
Lloyd Dawson.
Yeah, Lloyd Dawson. Shot is no good, but we get a foul this time for Mariah Armstrong. And again, Lloyd Dawson kept that possession alive for Covenant Christian as she had a couple missed shots, but stuck with it. And then finally, Mariah Armstrong going to the line here and making the first.
Lloyd Dawson, a little more length than most of her teammates.
And she's done such a great job on the rebounding end, too. That one's missed and rebounded by Attucks. And you can say the same thing for Coach Neese, as that 3 ball is long and knocked out of bounds, going to stay with Attucks.
That was a situation that's really natural in the game of basketball, but Rademacher turns her head to go get the basketball. If she would have gone to the player and boxed out, she would have ended up with that rebound.
Banks drives and will draw the foul again. She's been able to, when she's able to drive and get to the hole, she's able to draw a lot of fouls as well.
Well, there's not much you can do because she's just more athletic than everyone else is.
And Hoffman picks up her 4th foul.
She's quick. She's been a little bit raw tonight in terms of shooting and defense and some other things. But one of the things that, is just blatantly obvious is how athletic she is.
And she makes both of them this time, and we get a timeout by Attucks. And we'll stay here and go ahead and thank Aspen Creek Grill. Why go anywhere else for delicious food? If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, you gotta try Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and service, you won't be disappointed. Give us a call today and make your reservation at 866-885-3249. And Wheeler Mission, for over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing hope, help, and healing to people in need. You can volunteer today at 317-686-6239. And again, Attucks has stayed in this ball game despite great shooting performance for some of these Warriors, as Lloyd Dawson misses. Rebound by Armstrong. She misses, gets her own rebound and in.
And that play was really made by Hoffman. That pass, that one-handed pass to Lloyd Dawson, even though the initial shot didn't go in. And yeah, to your point, it's a 9-point game, four minutes left to go. This game's not over. There's a lot of time left.
Banks drives. Shot is held long enough for the jump ball. Turnover on Attucks. But Covenant had the ball anyway, so the only thing that hurts for Covenant is the arrow goes to Attucks. As that ball is stolen away by Banks. She drives, reverse, no, rebound by Armstrong.
Nice rebound.
And Covenant looking to break the pressure, does so.
And they're doing it right now without Crane as well, so seemingly their preferred first two ball handlers. But again, what you're seeing in this second half is just the depth of this Covenant team. You see how much trust their coach has in multiple players, starters and off the bench.
Almost stolen away by Hoffman. Is stolen away by Lloyd Dawson, and she's fouled. And have to see who the foul is on. It's going to be on Seven Walls, her fifth. So she's out of the ball game. Each team has 3 fouls, so no one's shooting quite yet with 3:10 remaining. And that is ill-advised pass stolen away. And Banks drives all the way to the cup and lays it in. And now we get a timeout by Attucks. And it's full timeout. We'll take it with him. 3:01 left to go in this ball game.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Help us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org and directing your donation to a specific school, or hit the donate button more games, more opportunities for our kids. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat. As we have 11-point game here by Covenant Christian. Ball is stolen away by Attucks. And then stolen back away by Hafner. And then Hoffman holding the ball, kicks it out. Back to Hoffman. And now, we get a late foul on Banks, and she'll be gone. So the leading scorer for Crispus Attucks has been disqualified with 2:35 left to go in this ball game.
This is one that I think she is going to need to look back on and learn a few things from. Wasn't her best game. She did a lot, and you can see what her upside is. I'm sure she wishes she would have made a few more free throws. But you got to have her on the floor for the last 2:35.
Yeah, because this changes everything that Coach Banks wanted to do.
It's really, really tough ask to orchestrate a 9-point comeback during that time without her on the floor.
Stolen away. Shot is up. No, but is fouled by Armstrong.
And this is a good opportunity for Banks' sister, Kennedy, to show some leadership, to see what she's made of, because she now has to become the player that they depend on, that they want the ball in her hands.
Bigger thing is that's the fourth foul on Mariah Armstrong for Covenant. And without Rademacher, or Reichart, excuse me, it is going to be difficult for Covenant. Splits the pair. 8-point game. Armstrong all the way to the low hole and lays it up and in.
Armstrong's had a nice second half. She just does a lot of little things.
She had a big first quarter and then cooled off a little bit as that three is long, and then just stayed within the second half. So this one.
And again, she's only a sophomore too.
Hoffman down low to Lloyd Dawson and up and in. Lloyd Dawson gets the lay-in, and it's a 12-point game with 90 seconds to play. Moses drives, shot, good.
Smooth.
Huge two-pointer by Moses, and we get another timeout. Oh, shoelace. It is a stoppage in play, so. Yeah, I like how the PA announcer saved me a little bit there. And substitution as Lily Armstrong comes in. Hoffman, and that's staying with Covenant. And out of bounds movement is the turnover for Covenant. And this game's not over yet, Chris.
I like how you said out of bounds movement, because it's a really ambiguous violation, actually.
Shot is no good. Rebound by Armstrong. She's going to take it all the way and then pull it back out.
I think she got away with a double dribble there.
And Coach Neese calls a timeout. We're going to have a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Come back for the next minute 3.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Well, Chris, for the next minute 3, it's going to be hazardous if you say Highway Safety Services. You do what you do. We'll keep you safe doing it. Contact us today at 765-446-1502. What do you see in the next 63 seconds here, Chris?
Well, if you're Covenant Christian, there's no reason to be in a hurry. Move, pass. They don't need to do what they just did. They got lucky. They got bailed out. But yeah, let's eat up some clock if you've got the basketball. Which isn't the same as saying don't try to score. If they gift you a layup, sure, like right there, absolutely shoot that. But don't shoot much other than that right now.
Armstrong with the easy lay-in, and that's going to be huge as Kennedy Banks tosses it out to Moses. They got to hurry. 3 ball on the way, long, it touches nothing, rebound, back outside, 3 again, good. And we'll get a timeout by Attucks.
We're trying to decide what they even have.
30-second timeout. So extended that timeout a little bit, but with 26 seconds left to go, Chris, obviously Covenant, you don't need a score again. Attucks, you need a quick foul or a quick steal bucket and something to go right for you.
Yeah, if I'm Attucks, I'm not done playing yet. I'm going to try to get a trap in the backcourt maybe. We're going to foul at least one more time on the offensive end. Hopefully we're not going to drag this down, to the last 5 seconds, back and forth and back and forth. But yeah, you're not done yet if you're Attucks.
And again, you can move here if you're Covenant, and they do get the quick foul. And that's what you needed. If you couldn't get the steal, you needed the quick foul.
I actually want to see a trap there first, and then a foul. But no time was taken off the clock, and that's the positive.
That's what I mean. Is you only lost a second off the clock. So you're right. I would rather see a trap and maybe a first turnover.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is the next best thing, especially with that missed free throw.
Gets a word of encouragement from Hoffman for the second one.
Armstrong's second one is good. And we're back to a 10-point game. And again, Attucks needs to move fast. You don't necessarily need a 3 yet. But if you keep taking this much time, you will. Moses drives low. Shot is up. No good. Rebound by Hoffman. And now Armstrong's going to get fouled again. And she'll still be shooting free throws.
Moses showing me a little bit here, only a junior. And so if you're Attucks and you've got both Banks back, you've got Moses back, you've got Moore back, I think you feel good about what you're building with.
First free throw by Armstrong is good. Again, 8.5 before Covenant moves into the semifinal round. And this one is short. Not necessarily a bad thing because now it's a long shot by Attucks, and it's rebound, and that's going to be the ball game. Covenant Christian advances to Cathedral High School in the City Alliance semifinals coming up later on in the week with a score of 64-53. Stay here as we will go ahead and name our player of the game right after this break.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Welcome to the post-game show here as we get ready to name our player of the game for Crispus, Attucks, and Covenant Christian. I'm going to say let's go ahead, Chris, and go with Mariah Armstrong for our player of the game.
I like the choice. She really filled in nicely and did a lot of things in the second half when Reichert was out of the game with an injury.
And again, this one is it was going to be either Reichert or Armstrong, and again, just because of once Reichert went down, and Armstrong stepped up, it was a huge win for Armstrong, and again, huge win for Covenant Christian as they go back to the semifinals of the City Alliance tournament. Want to go ahead and thank our crew: Daniel Thacker, Greg Smith, Chris Schumerth. I'm Justin Griffiths, and before we sign off, let's go ahead and say once again, today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or visual without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. Again, Covenant Christian advances to the semifinals at Cathedral High School later on in the week with a score of 64-53. With that, I'm Justin Griffiths for Chris Schumerth and our crew. Good night, everybody. I know, right? I'm like, the next two games, you're the play-by-play dude. That's what you did tell me. I know. That's why when I saw it.